my head down like a naughty puppy, and took a seat in one of the chairs situated in front of his desk. He settled into his chair, his hands clasped in his lap. "What happened this time?" "Nothing important," I whispered. "This was the third fight this week." "They challenged me," he sighed. "Kydris, My throat closed up. I had been debating showing him my new powers for a week, but feared his reaction. Since he was the one who kept the peace, he would decide if I was too much of a risk, and if I should live or die. "You can tell me anything, Elara." His voice was soft, coaxing. My hands clenched into fists in my lap. I raised my head, met his eyes, and said, "I'm sorry for causing you trouble." That was true. I would tell him about my powers some other time. He smiled, and my heart stuttered. Such a perfect man shouldn't exist. It ought to be against the law to be so handsome, strong, and powerful. "You're not trouble, Elara. I just want you to stop getting into so many fights." "I'll try not to get in any more," I said, and swallowed past the sudden lump in my throat. He walked around the desk, and I held still, trying to quell my shaking. Once he was at my side, he reached towards me, and despite my best attempt, I flinched. His hand stilled. "I'd like to heal you," he whispered, "unless you enjoy bleeding on everything." Taking a deep breath, I nodded. He set his hand on my shoulder, and his magic flowed into me, speeding my healing. "Someday, when you are up for it, I would like you to tell me what happened before you came here, okay?" "Someday," I agreed. He removed his hand, and I felt better than normal. "Thank you." "You sure there's nothing else you would like to discuss?" he asked softly. "Not today," I replied, avoiding eye contact. He nodded and took 2 steps away from me. "My door is always open to you." "Thank you." Sensing my dismissal, I left his home and walked across town to the small dwelling I called my own. But as I stood before my empty home, I had no desire to enter. My house was nestled amongst the trees, giving me a break from the craziness of the town. There were 2 others who lived nearby, but they preferred solitude like me. Only, I didn't really prefer solitude. I wanted a house full of warmth and love, or at least a house full of warmth and friendship. Most of my life I had lived alone. I feared I always would. Instead of going inside, I headed towards the falls. Very few ventured so far, since it marked the edge of our sector, which was part of the reason I preferred the location. I had never been one to do as the others did. I walked between the trees that were thousands of years old, reveling in the power they contained. Life magic was very restricted, but we could all sense it. Every living thing contained magic. Using life magic was considered black magic, something the Seelie used. I was sure to keep my magic tightly coiled when waking in this forest. The roar of water grew louder as I approached the falls. I walked to the rock outcropping that served as my hideaway and sat with my legs folded beneath me. From here, I could see the beautiful waterfall, the river it splashed into below, and watch animals come down the hill on the other side to drink water. Just last week, I had seen a stag and his mate with a fawn. Their coats had been white and their antlers blue. Most of the time, I was alone with the flowing water. "I hoped I would find you here, alone," Quinn said behind me. I spun around, on my feet before I thought to do it. "What do you want?" I asked, all too aware that I was dangerously close to the edge. He snarled, "Your death." I prepared for his attack, but it didn't matter. He shoved me off the edge, and I screamed as I fell. A moment before I hit the water, I had the sense to take a breath and hold it. Hitting the water